Good day, guys. You know, not gonna be busy with some intros. I'm just gonna dive to it, straight to the topic. Today I'll be talking about supply and demand. So I've been looking because I've been recommending people to at least study supply and demand. So a lot of people have been asking me how to identify supply and demand. So it's quite easy to identify. It's not easy, but it's easy. Once you start to see supply and demand this way, it changes everything. You understand? It changes everything. But let me just make it quick one. It's not gonna be a long video. So when the market is going up, creating higher highs, lower highs, like this, going higher like this. So how do I identify your supply or demand? So with my study, this whole area like this, where an initial sell to buy started, becomes your supply. You understand? This whole area here becomes your demand, or in an upward market. So even here, this is your sell to buy. This whole area becomes your what? Your demand. So your expectation is what? Is price to come back inside your demand, then continue going up. You understand? So when it comes to supply, the price will break out of that demand. And once that demand goes breaking out, now this whole thing, because it's a buy to sell, becomes your supply. You understand? Then price does something like this. This whole thing, buy to sell, becomes your supply. You understand? So your supply doesn't have to be something here. You understand? This whole area here becomes your supply, becomes your POI. Smart money traders, they call it POI, becomes your point of interest. Then inside your point of interest, you'll find where maybe you want to sell. You understand? So when it comes to buy, this whole thing becomes your POI, also becomes your demand. So this is how I identify supply and demand. You understand? So another thing that you should be aware of is that when price is doing like this, coming back inside your supply like this, going up, back, up like this we call it like balance price action, because the market actually comes back inside to mitigate the order blocks. You understand? Because this is the sell to buy, supply and demand. Yeah, let's just call it supply and demand, because order blocks, what buy to sell, what those things will confuse us. So it comes back inside the demand to mitigate out, then go up, come back inside to mitigate, go up. So this is a balanced price action. So if the price is doing something like this, because this also can happen, goes up, doesn't come back inside the demand, maybe the liquidity is around here, so it will continue going up. You understand? So this is called an imbalanced price action, because it's not mitigating out of positions. We can call it mitigating out of negative positions. You understand? Because that's the idea of supply. It's coming back inside a supply to mitigate out of negative positions. You understand? I won't explain more on negative inside, but this becomes imbalanced price action. You understand? And when let's say the market is going up and it creates an imbalanced price and start going up, but here it comes inside our demand. You can take this trade, because this can happen, but I wouldn't recommend you to take this one, because some of the time it can just come back to fill this imbalance from here to here, then continue going up. You understand? So just be aware of taking these trades, of looking for trades like this going up. You understand? Especially when there's an imbalance price action. Rather wait for it to do this, then take this one. You understand? Then you can take this one, because now the price action is balanced. You understand? This is balanced price action. This is imbalance. This is balanced price action. Let me show you an example. First, we're not gonna waste time. So you can see here, this is our sell to buy. You understand? So meaning that the price sold to buy. You understand? And actually here, it's sell to buy here. Then it's sell to buy, gave a balanced price action, sell to buy here, gave a balanced price action, sell to buy. Do you see here it didn't give a price a balanced price action? There's a little bit imbalance. Then it came to fill the imbalance. Understand? Came to fill the imbalance, then continue up and started giving a balanced price action. You understand? We call this a balanced price action actually. Balanced price action. So it came back to extreme. Oh, let me explain. And another thing, when looking at supply and demand like this, just know that each and every supply has, let's say this is the supply, buy to sell. This is the supply or demand, whatever. The same thing applies for demand. So when this is a supply, now this becomes your what? Your since we are selling, this becomes your discount area. This becomes your what? Your premium area. You understand? And this becomes your equilibrium. So when it comes to supply to demand, sell to buy, this also becomes your what? Your premium. This becomes your premium. Then this becomes your what? Equilibrium. Then this becomes your what? Your discounted area. You understand? So this actually, before you can use it like this, yeah, you need to have a lot of experience, because if a lot of people will say wait for the price to get into premium, then start to buying. But if the liquidity is here, there's no need for price to come here, because they say liquidity drives the market. So if the liquidity is here, right here, there's no need for price to come here. So what it can do, it can come here, maybe into discount area, continue going up, then later on, then it comes now to premium, then start going down. Even here, it can go up from premium, then later on come to discount area. You understand? Yeah, that's another thing. So me continuing to show you examples. Do you see that here the price went up and broke down below? You understand? Broke down below. So meaning that this demand now is supply. This is the buy to sell. You understand? Then price went up, then continue going down. Did it give did it fill the imbalance? No, it left a little bit of imbalance here, then it came back up. You understand? To fill the imbalance of the supply, then continue going down. You understand? Because now by doing this up, it created liquidity. You understand? So by doing this, it created liquidity. So there's no need for it to come all the way to these areas. It can just come to this breaker here, then continue going down. You understand? So now this becomes your buy to sell. So this whole thing becomes what? Your supply. You understand? So it can do this and continue down. And if it decides maybe to come and fill in some orders, now we can use what? Your discount and premium. You understand? We can use your what? Your discount and premium, saying, okay, they've been into premium here or into discounted area. So now if we are looking for sale, we are going to look for premium. You understand? we're gonna look for sell inside our premium zone. You understand? So this is how you can use supply and demand. So just let me know, guys, if is this information, it's actually makes sense. You understand? Actually makes sense, because the reason this is a buy to sell again is because this is supply on a higher time frame, maybe on weekly. You'll see that this is just an order block. Understand? So let's go to weekly, remove this, remove this, hey, remove this, also remove this. So it's not that here, it's just a rejection candle here. It's just a rejection candle. But on daily, let's see, on daily, on daily is actually an order block. You understand? The buy to take out all this liquidity here started here. You understand? So it makes sense with why this is supply. You understand? So I think using it this way will actually give a lot of clarity. You understand? So even here, you see that this is a sell to buy. You understand? So the reason I'm marking out this demand is because we are inside the what? We are inside a demand zone. And remember here, they've already tested it here. So what we're waiting for is for it to tap into equilibrium to start looking for buys. You understand? So you see, but this one is tricky because now we also have this sell, okay, here, sell to buy. So that means here it delivered imbalance. So there's a high probability that it can just pass here, come and fill this imbalance here, because it was not delivering efficiently here. It was not delivering a balanced price action. So it can come, fill, then start going up again. You understand? So those are the possibilities. But this is how I view supply and demand. And this is what changed the way I trade. You understand? When I started viewing supply and demand like this, everything just started to make sense. You understand? A lot of things started to make sense. So I hope this video helps you guys. Until the next one, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Also, you can like, subscribe, those things, weird things, what. Yeah, you can like, subscribe, or share, what. So, bye-bye, guys. How do I end this thing? Yeah. Oh.